Hello and welcome to the channel. And for today's video, we'll be discussing this unfinished custom of a I don't even remember what the line is called. It's from it's the Mattel, something. I don't know if they file into under the I don't know if this figure file into the multiverse line. But it was a figure that I found at a swap meet. So this was like my first attempt at trying to customize a Batman figure. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember the exact name for this figure. It's something stealth something Batman. Basically, the figure was entirely, well, not entirely, but basically the entire suit was in a silver color, and with the black gloves and black boots. So this was my first attempt at trying to customize an action figure a few years ago. Um, I just never completed him because I've yet to find like a sticker or something to put the logo on top of him, on top here on the chest. But I recently, I was thinking about this figure, and then I grabbed him, and something, weird is going on. Um, Basically, the figure was repainted head to toe, using black. I used a black primer for the body to give him, a matte colored look. And for the gloves and the boots, a standard black paint. You know, I don't. It's not even glossy. It's just black paint. I believe the color that I used was, when I use spray cans, I use because that's what I used on these guys. Spray paints. I use duplicolor paints. Those are automotive paints. So I used the duplicolor um, uh, black primer, and I believe the color that I use is the universal black. So I used that for the gloves and the boots and the mask, the head, right? Um, so once the paint dried, I then applied a clear over it, right? And and this figure, when I tried to handle him, you know, a few days after working on it, um, the clear hadn't really dried for some reason. I don't know if it was because of the weather or whatnot. I don't know. But when I handled the figure, you can see that there's some like texturing on his chest. Hopefully the camera brings it up, catches it. But that's from the cape actually, being in front of him and grabbing him, and, adding pressure to it, you know, and it stayed there. The texturing, yeah, you can see it. You can see that the texturing was imprinted on the over the clear. So the clear hadn't really completely dried, right, at that point. And then what I'm doing right now is I'm touching the glove, and the glove actually feels sticky. So I don't know. I'm not. The paint's not coming off, but the paint still feels sticky. So I think maybe the plastic might be going bad. You can see some imperfection there, right there. So this figure originally is from, let's see. I'm trying to find like a stamp or something. Well, I don't know when this figure came out, but I'm pretty sure it came out in the early 2000s. you can see some texture, also some weird texturing going on there, right by the fins on the glove on the gauntlet, you know. So I think the plastic on this figure might be going bad. The boots are fine. I mean, the boots feel smooth and everything. So I think it's the plastic on the gloves because it's a softer plastic. Um, so I'm not really concerned to finish this custom at this point because of that. Because again, I feel like I don't know, there's something going on with the plastic here. So basically, let me just go over the other things that I did on the figure, right? So I obviously had to repaint the head on this guy. It's the skin tone on it is pretty light. You can't even really see the mouth, so I would have to go in and add like a wash just to bring out the shape of the mouth out a little more. The eyes for the most part came out okay, although there's something going on at the top of this eye, you can see. But there you go. So that little slight imperfect didn't quite nail it. The cape, the cape. I believe this is from. I believe this is the material from a dry fit polo shirt that I no longer used. Right. The the neck piece is from the from the figure itself. Um, it's all cut up. You can see that there's like an indentation here, right? That's because the figure originally, the neck piece had like a scalloping going by here by the neck piece or something. It was a weird shape, so I just trimmed all of that, and the molding on the figure itself. So there it's like a gap, right? You can see. There you go. You can see it better there. So there were like a weird gap, um, but with the cape, with the cape, well, yeah, with the cloth cape and everything. If you just texture, once you bunch it up like that, you can't even tell that there's like that gapping there. And of course, the utility belt I had to repaint as well. Although this utility belt is like because of the gimmick of the figure, he's got some weird things going on here on his sides, like thrusters, I think. So it's not like your most standard Batman utility belt. And then this hook, grappling hook, this came from those Spin Master action figures. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show you guys, that these, when you're starting out customizing, it isn't, there are some, there's a learning curve to it, right? So what I learned from this figure is, how to properly paint skin tones, how to approach eyes better, how to wait for the clear the completely cure, right? And also, different how the paints react to different types of plastics, right? Because for like again, I don't know what it is with those gloves, because other than just on the gloves, the boots and the head don't feel weird. So, and I use the same paint, so there's something going on with that plastic. I guess it's just the age of the figure itself. right? Like I said, this is pretty much from, I want to say, 2003, 2004. If you look up the figure online, search Mattel Batman Stealth something, it's gonna come up with it's a bright silver chrome color, right? And yeah, and then you'll know what I started with on this guy. So the idea was I wanted to give him the black suit, um, and it's a concept that I'm going to explore. It's a concept that I'm going to explore further soon. Um, I just got an action figure, Batman from. I just got the McFarlane, the Three Jokers Batman, and that's going to be one of the upcoming customs that I'm gonna be working on. And I'm going to attempt to give him the black suit. I'm going for those who read comics, in the around issue, what was it, 5 515, 520, something like that. After Batman returned from his injuries caused by Bane, and he took back the mantle from Azrael, Asbats, during the whole Nightfall, Night's End, that entire storyline. Batman came back, and he gave himself a new suit, which was pretty much an all black costume. That's what I was going for with this look. Although there's a little more to it than just all black. Um, the all black look is pretty much the Keaton Batman, right? But actually, the all black suit, which is known or referred to as the Troika suit, because that's the storyline where he premiered the new costume, the new look. It's a black suit, but the cowl, the cape, and the boots and the gloves, those are like a bluish, a dark blue grayish color, right? So it's not completely all black. Just search online Batman Troika suit, and you'll know what I mean. So that's going to be something that I'm going to explore further with the Three Jokers Batman from McFarlane Toys. I plan on getting a second one, because I want to do a different blue and gray version for that one, and I'll talk about that once I have it. So for right now, though, this is it for this one. So yeah, it's again just tips from an early customizer's point of view. At this point, this figure, just be careful. It's okay to screw up every once in a while. Just make sure that don't screw up on something that you're planning on keeping, or want to display. Again, try and get like this figure. Again, like I said, I got it at a swap meet, so I didn't pay too much for it. I think I paid like $3, $4 for it. So yeah, it's when you're starting out, I would recommend just testing out your skills on cheap figures that you can find. Don't go directly to I mean, you can start off with Marvel Legends, $20 figures if you want. The McFarlane figures, aren't that expensive, $20. But then for some who are just starting out, you gotta pay for paints and materials and everything. So maybe just try and start off with cheap figures that you can find, even on Marketplace on Facebook, you know, and try and buy in bulk. I don't know, and or just go out on garage sales and whatnot and see what you can find for cheap. Work on those. Once you've somewhat perfected your skill a little bit, or hey, even dollar stores, right? You can buy dollar store figures to work on those, and once you've known how, once you've practiced enough and you feel you're confident enough to customize your main collection, then that's how I did it. That's what gave me confidence. And then as I've progressed with each custom, I've learned new things, and that's just how it goes. Practice makes perfect. Um, so yeah, don't sweat it, too much if you mess up. Again, especially if you're working on a figure that you got for cheap, right? So that's why you got it. That would be my recommendation. Start customizing on cheap figures, and then work your way up, right? So that's it. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, um, and I'll check you guys out in the next one.